Chapter 3. I want to start with your brother.
Mm-hmm.
You guys worked pretty close together, but how did this two-herd approach come about?
No, look, it just was a simplicity. There was two sides of the road. It was easy to keep one herd on one side, the other on the other side, and it just was a way to keep the peace and happy enough because, like, I like getting up real early, and hence I'd be in and gone from the shed at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was done and dusted. It was a pain in the ass when they wanted to turn around for me to clean up at the end of the day, but it was worth it. And it brought some sanity to the whole process.
True enough. He had a nickname, Gunner. How did that come about?
Well, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm going, and you're still gonna.
Did he have a nickname for you?
I'm buggered if I know.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. What's he up to now? No, I think my dad probably sums it up. He said, Ewan's a lot more like his mother and being more impetuous and just lets go and get on with it and see what happens.
Right.
And you find out quicker.
Yeah, true.
You don't ponder on shit and go, oh, I should never have done that or I should have done it. You can go, that question about the humour in farming? Yeah, well, that's when you laugh at yourself.
Did you guys have quite different approaches to farming?
Yes.
Because you said he was successful.
Yeah, he's pretty good at what he does. But, I'm far more, that's not right. Let's try this and let's try that. And he'll sit back and read something and pontificate on it for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And then, maybe, and I will have done it, found out whether it worked or not, and just rolled on with it and
right.
just add it to the pile of stuff. But in that regard, I think I'm quite unique to most of the farming community.
Do you have different senses of humour?
To the rest of the community or my brother?
To your brother.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I guess what you did had to keep the peace, eh?
Yeah.
Two-herd approach.
It was great. I've always been really self-reliant. And in that, when we started this process, it was a 24-a-side cow shed. And so you had to go. You had to blitz it. And so I was milking 170 cows, and we had another farm worker who would work with my brother. Mm-hmm. And so they were quite happy to plod along, and they were milking about 240 or something like 230. So I was actually doing more per man hour, but I was happier because I was in charge of my time and I was gone.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's a lot of farming families out there who find a similar solution.
Yeah, well, some do.
Not everyone can work with their brother or sister.
No. I know. And sometimes you wonder why, but it's pretty easy to work out.
Yeah.
What is it? It's there's a great saying that Paulie uses is fish and family are the same. Both of them go off after 3 days.
That's good. Was there a plague of facial eczema at that time?
Yes, there was, but we were just incredibly more affected by it than the rest of the district. And that was just down to our soil types and how we'd gone about things in bits and pieces, and it's just the state of the raw soil. But, yeah, a lot of people were getting affected when we had facial eczema then.
Yeah. I've got to know, what's the hardest part about watching cows suffer through that?
Just not being able to put the cups on the cows and then just watching them dry up and then they're just trying to hide and you can't deal with them. They just get so down on it. It's horrific. I mean, I would put it in the most horrific thing I've dealt with in farming.
Sad.
Yeah, well, it's just...
Must break your heart.
Well, you're confronted with it. You've got to deal with it. And no one else was bringing any solutions to it. And, I think the comment that if we fed them enough zinc as far as the philosophy was going, well, we would have had galvanised cows. It was like,
That's right.
Yeah, it's like...
Funny line.
Yeah, but it was like, shit, it was like that. And the Lyme issue was just bang.
Yeah. So this all came down the eczema to kill him. I mean, Yatsen.
Well,
did it?
It was two things. The grass made it worse. The other parts of the farm weren't good either. But the Yatsen ryegrass that we planted at the time just facilitated this facial eczema thing along with the soil types. Man, it was just horrendous. And I heard that from other farmers that used it as well. And it was withdrawn from the market relatively quickly.
There must have been a lot of pissed off farmers at that time because you trust, right, that you've been given a product that's good.
Well, nobody ever said sorry. And it's one of those things that I've seen over time when they make a giant cock up to the greatest degree, it just disappears and nobody ever says, oh, look, I'm sorry. We didn't realise that it facilitated facial eczema issues.
Funny thing I learnt from watching Fair Go years ago was that the companies that didn't respond to Fair Go's interviews returned back to normal activity. Those that did respond, they were just hauled through the media. You got to wonder if they've learnt that lesson too. Just say nothing, make your mistake, and just act like it didn't happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it was ag research that had actually gone down the track of actually creating this thing, and so it's nothing for a government department to shut its mouth and just wander off into the wilderness, is it?
Yeah, maybe they're too big to fail. Maybe they're too important in their minds.
They're never too big to fail.
Okay. Well, look, listening to cows is my next question, right? Because when you see them not wanting to get into the paddock,
That's such a critical thing in understanding your farm. It's like, you know, laboratories goes to a huge amount of effort to have lab rats and lab mice, which they then go ahead and they treat them with this and treat them with that and whatever. We have cows, sheep, deer, and they are our lab rats.
Yeah.
And we should take a shit ton more notice of what they're doing and how they're doing it and why they're doing it. And, you know, like for an instance, we see that everybody wants us to plant trees, and I've got nothing against planting trees. But for cows, they need shelter in the summertime.
Yeah, great reason to have trees.
Yeah, but like our cows are all Angus cows, they're all black, and they've got trees, and they'll sit in the middle of the paddock. They're not concerned about the temperature because they've actually, their regulation of temperature, their thermodynamics is working because their whole system works. So yet the neighbours' cows will be all hiding under a pine tree. And I mean jammed in that tight that they're more or less like at the cowshed, all jammed up that, trying to get out of that sun. And I've seen it.
There's just absolute deficiency in some way for those cows.
They're unable to regulate their body temperature, and they can't handle the sunlight. And like, if ever there was a cow that was going to do that, it would be the black ones, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they don't give a shit. They're sitting around the middle of the paddock on a 28-degree day and going,
yeah.
They're happy.
Can you get into what's missing for that specific situation, or is it going to depend farm by farm and what's in their soils?
Generally, that's an iodine issue, but that's only linked to the rest of them. But the iodine is part of the system, hormonal system, and it's required in making thyroxine, which is the base hormone in the body. And if there's no iodine, and selenium has a part to play in that too, if they are not there, they can't actually set up their thermodynamics. And you'll see it with women as well. It's like how many women you see with cold feet. Okay, I've seen it so many times. I'm going, just take some iodine, put it on your skin and then watch it disappear. And like if it keeps disappearing, just keep putting until, it starts to, it's staying there now. Okay. And then, have you got cold feet anymore? Oh, I didn't. Oh, it's gone. Yeah.